Hi, Scorpio. I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading for the mid portion of May 2019. Show me energies present for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regard to love or whatever information needs to come through for Scorpio. Please, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's go. For Scorpio. So interesting. You have two cards popping out. You have the Chariot with the King of Wands. So you could be dealing with Cancer. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. It doesn't have to be, though. What this is talking about is forward movement, somebody getting their courage together to get things going, being able to communicate properly, being able to balance yourself out so that you're able to have a harmonious interaction with others. If it's not dealing with other people, it's basically creating direction in your life and going towards what you want, and making it happen. That can be very difficult for people, not just Scorpios in general. That can be difficult for people, but this is talking about balancing that out. It's talking about finding your voice, finding your passion, moving forward towards what you want. That could be a person. It could be a way of being. It could be shifting your entirety of thinking and how you go about your life, moving towards what you want. The King of Wands, he's somebody who's gregarious. He is passionate about what he wants to involve himself in. Sometimes that card also talks about somebody being able to step into their own power, somebody being able to, I guess, how do I want to say that? Step into bravery when we may have not had very much, guts to do something before. Now it's like we're ready to go. We have all of the information before us and we're ready to go. With the Chariot there, though, too, it's like full steam ahead. That's very positive here, Scorpio. Okay, let's keep going. Show me more for Scorpio, please. Not so great. So you have the Emperor flying out in reverse with the Five of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So if you're dealing with another fire sign, or this could be the same person. The Emperor in reverse is somebody who's very difficult to deal with. They are, manipulative in certain ways. They go for what they want and they get what they want. Be damned whoever gets in their way. Difficult energy to deal with. Somebody who is very stuck in their ways, my way or the highway. Not easy to deal with. If you're dealing with the Chariot and the King of Wands, though, it's like, are you having a battle with this person? Are you feeling like strong in yourself and you're dealing with somebody who's opposing you? I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. It's like you're kind of moving and going forward with a fair amount of energy, but then we have this Emperor in reverse, which is like not the best energy. I'm going to continue pulling cards, but why is this there? Why is this in opposition? Why is this like a person being a roadblock, Six of Swords. Three of Pentacles. So interesting. You may have to deal with somebody that's a pain in the ass to get to where you want to be. And I don't even think it's like, I don't necessarily think it's going through with them or continuing with that person. It feels like almost somebody's in your way and you're just trying to get away from that situation. You're trying to move away from a situation where maybe you had not felt empowered before and now you feel like you can just move forward and get away from the thing. But still, even if this person isn't physically in your life, it's almost as if like the mental connection there, or like this. Are you familiar with like courting, etheric courting? It's courting your energy to people. We create bonds, we create cords to each other. Sometimes they talk about cutting the cord. This is that type of energy that I'm feeling. It's like if you're dealing with a person like that, you may just literally want to get away from them, and go and do things with people that you feel better about. You may also want to go and get away from this person, and like it leads to dating other people, but it's an easier route. It's something that feels better. But right now you have opposition in this middle of this reading. If it's not a person that is physically in your life, this is an energy of somebody that has basically created stagnation. If it's not somebody outside of you, it could be energy within you. And this energy talks about when we can be sabotatory, when we initiate fights, when we don't budge, when we're incredibly stubborn. The Emperor in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse often remind me of each other. Very difficult energy to deal with, but it feels here that even though that's the energy that's present in the center of this reading, we're moving away from it. Like, we're moving away from it. And again, full speed ahead. You're going towards something that you feel like you can actually work on with people. I don't necessarily know if it's this Emperor in reverse, but I feel like you're going towards something where you'll be able to work on your life or like your endeavors with people that are like-minded. Also, it could be moving away from this type of energy and getting away from somebody who's kind of kept you under a very ruling thumb, where you can actually start to date people who are comfortable to be around. Show me more for the Chariot, please. Okay. You have the Nine of Pentacles here for the Chariot. This is basically talking about sitting within yourself, becoming abundant. And when I say that, I don't mean like you're just abundant, you're flowing with money. Some of you may be, but what I'm talking about is really honing in on the things in our lives that actually create abundance for us, the way that we think, the way that we communicate, the things that we put ourselves and our energy into. Are we living slothful lives? And I'm not religious. I don't mean to like say it's the 7 deadly sins. That's not what I'm saying. But like, are we lazy? Are we, ignoring things? Not paying attention to what we need? This is about putting balance into our lives so that we can be effective in our outcomes, so we can forge forth in the directions that we want to go in with diligence and pride. That's what I feel. If you have somebody that you're dealing with that's been very difficult, you're leaving it, you're moving away from it, but it's still a roadblock in a certain way. If it's not somebody that's physically in your life, it's somebody who has been in your life before, and you're having a hard time letting go of that type of energy, and that's understandable, but it's also time to let it go, Show me the King of Wands. You have the 10 of Wands popping out for the King of Wands. So this is somebody who's basically learned a fair amount. Okay, it's having experienced things that are just exhausting, but you learn lessons from them. They become stepping stones in your life. You progress from that. If you look at this card, this is the After Tarot. This 10 of Wands here, this person has dropped all 9 other wands. They've unburdened themselves. This is talking about unburdening yourself. The one wand that is standing, that is the Ace of Wands. We have one wand in here, okay? This is the Ace of Wands. This is direction. It's passion. It is feeling desire. It's knowing what you want to go towards, but it's also going towards what you want with the knowledge of what you've experienced and utilizing that in a very strong way for yourself, a very calculated way. We go through things to get lessons. I mean, I know that's so basic, but we do. We go through things to receive lessons, and when we learn these lessons, we can actually take them and apply them to the next phases in our life. I want to know about the Emperor in reverse, please. So you have the Queen of Pentacles here, Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, if this is something of where we're having to look at ourselves and figure out where we are holding ourselves back, where we're demanding, where we're really, really unyielding, uneasy to work with, where we are so stubborn that it gets in our own way. I think it's important to start nurturing yourself. It's important to start being patient with yourself, but also real about what makes you happy, what feeds your life, and also what can you give to others that you may not be giving to. It feels like there's an overhaul here, whether it be emotional energy connected to somebody from your past that you're releasing, whether it be an actual person that you're releasing, or whether it be an aspect of yourself that has been detrimental and held you back up until now. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is nurturing. She's patient. She makes things out of nothing. She's a creatrix as well, other than the Empress. You know, she, in this energy that I'm feeling right now, she's somebody that's prideful in what she's accumulated. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like I said something about pride earlier. There's something about pride. It's like a self-pride. It's not an asshole pride. It's like being proud of yourself about what you're doing and getting into. Yeah, if that is part of it, it's definitely needing to strip away old behaviors and really become somebody who's solid, who is active in generating abundance in their life and for those that are around them. I'm going to pull one more for the Emperor in reverse. Didn't take long. So you have the Moon popping out here. The Moon speaks about, it speaks about self-deception, emotional confusion. It communicates being unsteady in the direction and role that you're experiencing in life. It can talk about deception. It can talk about lies. It can talk about things that are being held away from you, things that are kept secret from you. If you're dealing with somebody like that, it's almost as if we just need to let it go. It's almost as if we really need to start paying attention to ourselves, to what we want to experience in our life, and go from there. You know, there's only so long that a Scorpio can be held down. You know, it's usually Scorpio holding others down, but there's only so long that a Scorpio can be held down. You know, it goes against everybody's emotional state, but for Scorpio, it's really detrimental. You need that freedom. You know, if you're dealing with somebody who is an outright asshole, this doesn't bode well for them, because it feels like you're stepping into your own power. It feels like you're stepping into your own sense of stability without them. And that's a calculated move. Within this card too, we have this woman. She's wearing a red cloak here with this gigantic moon above her. You know, if somebody from the past, or if somebody that you've known and you understand who they are, if they've treated you certain ways, if they've disregarded you, if they've been very difficult to deal with, it feels like you have an understanding of that. It's almost as if it's like water off a duck's back now. Like, you don't really need to pay attention to that anymore because you've gotten the lessons. You can move away from that. It's somebody who's domineering. It's somebody who's very uncomfortable to be around. And you have that wisdom now to actually step away from it, because you recognize it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't bring harmony into your life. And it sure as hell is not going to make it in the long run here, because the next card out, we have this Six of Swords, getting away from things that are just mentally exhausting. It's changing your situation. It's actively changing your situation so you can experience a different mental state about it. You know, that's why I'm so led to believe that this is an energy where we are battling either with the ghost of somebody who emotionally and mentally scarred us, or we're battling with certain aspects of ourselves that keep us down, keep us very stuck in certain ways that are very unhealthy. Okay? Show me the Six of Swords. You have the Nine of Cups for the Six of Swords. Excellent. So this is talking about moving away from situations to go towards what actually makes you feel abundant. Here we have a little bit of gluttony. And I feel like some of you may be celebrating after you get over this hurdle, which is great. Definitely great. Give yourself the opportunity to experience abundance. Give yourself the opportunity to experience things that are no longer harsh in your life. If you're dealing with people that are stuck in the mud, completely just unaware of how they operate, and this is almost how they do understand how they operate. They're just assholes. Let them go. Let them go. For some reason, I'm getting a really big wave here where it's like we have either, for some of you, you have experienced a person in your relationships or in the past that has wounded you. It's like an emotional wounding. It's a mental wounding, and it's almost like this cycling energy. We need to pull ourselves away from that. We need to extract ourselves away from that so we can actually start to make headway in our own lives. We can actually put forth our energy towards what we want and be proud about it. Be proud about it, because that is an accomplishment. When you step away from things that don't bring clarity, even if you don't get clarity, step away from them, because that is the clarity that you need. If you're not getting clarity from somebody else, give yourself the clarity. That is the clarity you need. You can't force somebody to do something. And please, if you've been treated like this by somebody, don't wait for them. Why do that? Okay. Show me the Three of Pentacles. Wow, Scorpio. Wow, Scorpio. So you have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Wands flying out. How excellent. So this is a lovely pairing. This talks about connections with people, feeling good, feeling energetic, enjoying the people that we meet, building foundations with folks that are actually stable, things that we want to engage in. The Three of Pentacles talks about putting an effort and energy where others meet you. They meet you and match your energy. It's not somebody working against you. It's not you trying to figure out what this person's feeling, thinking how they're going to respond. This is somebody, or this is an energy where people work together so you can have a harmonious situation. This is talking about building foundations. It's talking about your home, your stability in life, the connections between friends, people that become family, people that you feel very connected to on an emotional basis that actually feel good to be around. They feed your emotional state. It doesn't feel like this energy that you're coming from. It's given you a great level of understanding and depth in your life to know what you maybe don't want to experience any longer. But that thing that you're coming from, it doesn't provide happiness. It doesn't, it promotes stagnation. It promotes confusion and pain. It doesn't feel good. With the Queen of Cups here, this is you guys too. Scorpio, could be Cancer, could be Pisces. You have you have Pisces at the bottom of the deck. You also have the Chariot over here, which is Cancer. But and Pisces is the moon too, and Cancer. I feel Cancer as well with the moon, but Pisces for sure. Water everywhere. This is emotional cleansing. It's emotional understanding. Emotional intelligence is vital for you guys, okay? You need to be aware of that. Sometimes we get stuck in certain positions and situations in our lives just because we want to experience a certain thing a certain way, or we get stuck on a certain thing, or somebody treats us poorly and somehow in our vision of them, we thought of them one way. So it's like, even though the evidence is very clear in front of us for a long time, we're still playing this one loop about how it should have been or how I once felt about them. And that's not necessarily healthy, because it's not changing anything. This is about change. This is about moving forward. It's about letting go. It's about being compassionate towards yourself and recognizing what feeds your soul, feeds your energy, and clears your energy. If you're feeling bad with somebody, or you're feeling bad that you have this ongoing tempestuous connection with somebody, and it's difficult, let it go. let it go. The future here moving forward is something far greater, far more enjoyable, emotionally satisfying, stability wise. It's happy, it's positive, it's lovely. I think the only thing that we have here right now is recognizing that what we're coming from was key, so we can actually experience this new phase in a healthier understanding and embrace it that much more. Okay. The hangman here is funny. It's funny because the hangman is over the Seven of Cups. This is redirection. It's about choices. It's about which path do you want to go on? Which things do you want to do? It's there's some confusion to it, but it's not bad. It's taking the time to really, really go in to yourself and figure out what you want, And I would say definitely go towards compassion, be compassionate towards yourself, but like go towards people that you know are compassionate, go towards people that you know are kind, get involved with things that bring light to you. If you're dealing with a situation where you've been just out of sorts and unhappy, carrying levels of unhappiness, like get involved with things that you enjoy. What do you enjoy? What kind of hobbies do you want to do? Do you want to learn macrame, or I know that that's so cheesy, but or do you want to take a perfume making class, or I don't know what floats your boat, but start floating that boat. It's important here, Scorpio. So, yeah, because it's you're letting the burdens go of this past situation. I think it's important to just really be conscious of that and go forward towards what you want. I'm going to pull one of these cards. I've been very hesitant to use this deck. This is the Demon Tarot. And I know people get very up in arms about demons and this and that. I was very curious about this deck when I bought it a couple years ago, and I just never use it because I was worried that people would be offended, but it's interesting. So we're going to do it. And it's just information. And if it makes sense and resonates, then it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Show me the Scorpio. Where's the book? The book, the book, the book. So the first card out is Came. This is focus on listening to ambient sounds for calm, relaxation, and inspiration. If you've been dealing with stuff like this past energy that's very difficult, to let it go. It's also good to change your energy or vibration of your body and your emotions, your psychic vibration. I know people are like, what the fuck is she talking about? But there's energies where we're all vibratory, okay? And we have to change that vibration to actually start to bring new things into our life, to change our perception. Binaural beats, BINAURAL, beats, BEATS. You're going to find a billion of them on YouTube. They're free, typically. They're tonal videos, so they're just tones that vibrate, and you put your headphones on and you just zone out with them. It changes your vibration. The solfeggio tones are also good. SOLFEGGIO, I believe. Those are also good. They vibrate at certain hertz. They change the frequencies of our body, of our mind, and of our energy. And they can help you open up channels and clear things out. So that's always positive. Let's see the second card. I don't know these cards very well, so I'm very curious. Otobas. Focus on honesty with ourselves and with others. Otobas. Focus on honesty with ourselves and others. If you need to have a conversation with somebody that has been absolutely tumultuous in your life to get going towards what you want in your life, to release them, have it out. Do it. Nothing wrong with that. If you need to be honest with yourself about the direction that you've been experiencing up to now and the focus on where you want to go, be honest about that with yourself and do it. It seems like there is the opportunity and potential for that to be incredibly potent right now, Scorpio. And it looks like you're heading towards a situation where you are dealing with some significant positivity. You might end up in a relationship with another water sign. That's a possibility. It doesn't have to be. But whatever you're leading towards is something that's actually very, it feels lovely. It feels connected. It feels purposeful for the soul. It feels connected in a way that you may have not been experiencing. So yeah, I will leave it there, and I hope that this reading was helpful for you. And I would love to say goodbye. All right. Good luck with everything, Scorpio. I hope this was good for you, and I will talk to you guys later. If you want to donate, there's a link in the description box below. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you in June. Bye, guys.